Medellin and Bogota get all of the attention, but did you know that Bucaramanga is ranked as one of the top cities for expats and foreigners to live in Colombia? Jeremy, for example, is an American who made this city his home, and he reveals what entertainment options make this place amazing. From waterfalls to hikes to city options, we explore what it's really like to live in this overlooked city. I personally spent a full month with Natalie here and I absolutely loved it and was shocked at how many great things are so close to the city. Let's get into it. We have our special guest, Mr. Minnesota St. Paul, here to give us some more information about a very useful topic that will help people decide what they can do for fun and things that they can find to have good options for entertainment here in this city. So tell us, where exactly are we right now, sir?
So right now we're in Barrio El Centro, which is kind of like the downtown of Bucaramanga, and we're in Parque Santander. Parque Santander is kind of like the heart of the city. This is in the main commercial district downtown, and we're surrounded by a few very important buildings here. Right behind me, you can see La Iglesia de la Sagrada Familia, or Church of the Holy Family. We have another one over there, the Club de Comercio, and there's another very well-known hotel right across the street called Hotel Bucarica.
Awesome. So basically, for anyone interested in history, this is the place to start their adventure with that type of topic now, isn't it? And for people that don't really know much about Bucaramanga, Santander, or even Colombia, today we're going to be talking a bit about the entertainment options of what someone could be looking to do for fun if they come here for tourism, to visit, to come explore, or even to live. What are your three favorite things to do for fun here in Bucaramanga?
Well, at Bucaramanga, we have a lot of really great restaurants. We have a really good restaurant scene. We have some of the best hamburgers in the country. We're very well known for our great hamburgers. So there's a lot of good entertainment. There's a lot of good dining options. Another thing I like to do, there's a lot of good walking tours. Bucaramanga, like many cities in Colombia, is very walkable. And they also have walking tours where you can go and see different important places. We have a couple of nicknames for Bucaramanga. One of them is La Ciudad Bonita, which means the pretty city. And another one is La Ciudad de los Parques. We have over 200 parks here in Bucaramanga, including the one we're standing in right now, Parque Santander.
So three of your main things that you would normally do for fun is basically gastronomy is one part. The other part is parks.
Oh, and then another thing, there are lots of music venues here in Bucaramanga. Mostly on the weekends. So during weekdays, it's not quite what you might see in Medellin or a large city. But on the weekends, there's lots of entertainment options.
Those are really good options for people to check out here in a pretty undiscovered city. Could you give us some budgetary ideas about what you might need to spend to do these things? For example, walking tours in general are pretty much free, right? Unless you want to hire someone to do it for you. And besides the walking tours, what would be a typical type of like restaurant or dining out experience? What would that cost you to do here in Bucaramanga?
You could have a pretty good dining experience here for 100,000 pesos or less, which in US dollars would be maybe $30.
Let's go over to the last part, which was the events. So cultural events, some of them are free, but what would be a typical price for the ones that are not free?
For the ones that are not free, one of our big theaters here is Teatro Santander or Santander Theater. Most of the tickets there begin at about 100,000 pesos, sometimes less, 50 to 100,000 pesos, depending on the artist.
Thank you for sharing all that about Bucaramanga. Let's talk a bit more wider idea about the entire region of Santander, which is the department. What kind of things would people do around the Santander area?
One of the things Bumangues like to do is what we call pueblear. So we have a special verb in Spanish, which means go out to a pueblo, go out to a country, relax, time slows down. And there's lots of pueblos right around here, just within a few hours of Bucaramanga. Many expats rent a car to go out there, but you can also go on a bus. The buses here in Colombia are like Greyhounds, but higher class.
And what are the main places people go to when they go to Puebla in this area of Colombia?
One of the most famous places people go to here in Colombia is a little town called Barichara. Barichara is what the movie Encanto was based on. So if you've seen Encanto, the Walt Disney movie, everybody here in Colombia loves that movie. There are so many Easter eggs in that movie. If you know Colombia, know Colombian culture, and you see that movie, there's lots of little things in there that you're, yeah. So Barichara is known in Colombia as El Pueblo Más Lindo, or the prettiest little village in Colombia. So if you come to Santander, you should go to Barichara. Another big attraction we have here is El Cañón de Chicamocha. That's Chicamocha Canyon, which you were just there not too long ago.
Here is the entrance to the second largest canyon in the world, Chicamocha, and it is located in the Santander department, which is a department near Venezuela on the northeast side of Colombia and the northern part of the Andean region. Now, this is actually going to be one of the two places you can access the canyon. We just took a cable car from the side, which is the Mesa de los Santos at 1,700 meters, went down to 500 meters, which is where the river's at, and then went right back up to where we are now, the national park, at 1,300 meters, which we're talking about a difference of 1,200 meters in total. That is pretty amazing. And here you can come and take the cable car for 78,000 Colombian pesos, which is just under $20 current value of the dollar. Now, this is a great spot to come visit. It is really quite hot and it's very dry. I mean, it looks like these canyons are quite dry. They look pretty brown. I've been to actually most of the main places in the past month, as I've spent the entire past month here. Chicamocha was actually the first thing I went to with Natalie, and we were very, very impressed by it, right? But that's going to be probably the number one thing that people know of after Barichara, right?
Yes, yeah, I think those are probably the two biggest attractions here in Santander. And you're right, it is the second deepest canyon in the world, right after the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So if you come to Santander, you should really go to see Barichara and also Chicamocha. Personally, I like Chicamocha better, but that's just me.
How about a third option for people that have already been to those two?
Well, there are lots of other different pueblos. For example, my personal favorite is Zapatoca, Curiti. There's another town that's not a very small village called San Gil. San Gil is known as the extreme sports capital of Colombia. So if you are one of those people that likes to drink 2 Red Bulls and let all your adrenaline out, San Gil is the place for you. This is a place for extreme motorbiking, motocross, whitewater rafting, cave exploring, zip lining, bungee jumping, those kind of extreme sports. You can rappel. There's places you can go to rappel down a waterfall, which is pretty cool. And aside from that, there's a lot of nature. The Department of Santander is a little bit like the Four Corners region in the U.S. I would compare the landscape of Santander a little bit to northeast Arizona, northwest New Mexico. A lot of cliffs, a lot of very dry, arid regions, but much wetter, where there are lots of waterfalls. So if you want to take a day trip, there are lots of places to go out, lots of parks, lots of rivers. That's another thing that we do a lot. To just spend the day swimming in the river or swimming in one of the natural pools, like Curiti, Rio Negro, Playón, Piedecuesta. There's lots of waterfalls and lots of places around here to go just to spend the day relaxing and cool off in the river.
That's definitely been actually one of my favorite things to do since I've arrived here. I've gone out to go to many waterfalls. I mean, obviously the canyon is a great example of beautiful nature that exists here. But next to the things that are nearby, San Gil and Barichara, I also went to an underground cave nearby San Gil, which wasn't exactly the extreme sports. When you mentioned hiking, I'm like, well, that's pretty much the number one thing. I'm actually quite stunned at how close by some of the nice quality hikes are here. For example, when I was in Medellin, going to any place for a really, really nice hike is not close at all. They're like 4 hours away, 3, 4, 5 hours away. Whereas here, we've already been to like 3 and they're all within like 1 or 2 hours, like really close by and really good. So yes, Bucaramanga has this massive advantage for like the adventure seekers, but also the nature enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
So what would be a typical cost for someone that wants to go out to check out these natural spots? Do you know of any like agencies that charge a day trip to go out there?
Yeah, there are many, many agencies here in Bucaramanga that sponsor day trips, either day trips to one of the pueblos or day trips out to a waterfalls or natural pool. Or also a day trip to one of the pueblos. Those usually cost between 100 and 150,000 pesos. You leave really early in the morning. You get there maybe late morning, 10 in the morning, and you spend the whole day at the waterfall. You spend the whole day in the village. They have a lot of package tours. Maybe you'll spend the morning swimming and then eat lunch in the village and then come back to Bucaramanga in the evening.
It's pretty crazy to think about how many options and how good the prices are. This part of the country has a lot of really cool places really close together. So it's a really cool place to spend. I'm already at my full month that I've spent here, and I've gone to so many places, and it's actually been relatively easy to get out. Besides these types of adventure sports, nature, what about for people that perhaps are not interested so much in nature, but they more like seeing like the cultural, maybe city vibes? Are there like a lot of like party scenes?
Bucaramanga is a working city. People here wake up early, work hard. After 10 o'clock, the city is very quiet. On the weekends, of course, that's different because all over the world, people like to party on Friday and Saturday. But Monday through Friday, this is a working city. So if you're one of those people that you like to go clubbing out to 2 in the morning on a Thursday night, you might want to go somewhere else. But if you're one of those kind of people that like to go out to a great dinner, great show, some good entertainment, and then come back home at 11, this is a great place for you.
If they're looking for that type of clubbing and going out and bar scene, you probably recommend somewhere like maybe Bogota,
Medellin, other places like that.
Cali,
Cali for sure. You can find that here in Bucaramanga, but really only on the weekend.
So this is not nightlife scene for people. It's more like the day nature lover type of, isn't it?
Yes, yes. If you like nature, you can stay here in Bucaramanga, which is a big city of about 500,000 people, or nearby. There's lots of other places nearby. One of the biggest complaints I hear from other foreigners is they say Bucaramanga is boring. And I could understand that. If you're 19 and you want to go out and party and drink all night, yeah, it would be boring.
This might not be the place for the 19-year-old party type of animals, right? Well, I really appreciate you giving all of us your knowledge. You said you've been here 7-8 years, so you're basically the person to talk to, Mr. Santander and also Mr. St. Paul, Mr. Minnesota. Thank you for giving us all your expertise in the entertainment type of scene or the entertainment type of topic. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Show me your love by dropping a donation in the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hasta la próxima.
Hasta la próxima.